Hi, I'm Amber Lehman, and I'm here to talk about writing and my book, Torn.
So Amber, when did you first know you wanted to be a writer?
I'd say that came around the 4th grade when we had an assignment to make our own books, and I was very excited about the process. We had to create our own stories, and then they actually taught us how to bind and just put together our own books, and the whole process was really exciting for me. And that's actually how I decided that I wanted to also be a publisher, because I liked having all complete control over everything. I could never imagine anybody else picking out, say, the font or the cover design or the interior design of something that I created. So I wanted complete control over that. So that's how Closet Case Press came to be.
Okay, so what is your writing process like?
Most of my writing comes from character-driven orientation. I hear the voices of the characters first, and that stems me to start writing what they have to say. And so it's really all about the characters and what they have to say, and I just write it out, and then the scenes happen around that. I sort of build around what they have to say.
Okay. Well, how did the story of Torn come to you then?
Well, it was all based on my friends' experiences and my experiences through high school and my early teens. And so it was actually quite natural. They always say, write what you know, and that's exactly what I did. And it just started one day with a voice in my head, and it was talking, and it was Brandon, and he really wouldn't let up. So I had to start writing down what he said, and it really started to speak to me, and the story just sort of evolved from there.
Okay. Then who's your favorite character and why are they your favorite character?
I have to say again, that's Brandon, and that's because he's so real to me. He's probably the most developed character in the book, the most in-depth character, and that's because he came from 3 very real and dear people to me. He's a compilation of those people, and it was just very simple to write out his scenes, and I heard his voice very, very clearly. So that came very naturally to me.
See. You know, I noticed you say Torn is a gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender themed book.
Yeah.
But do you examine heterosexual relationships at all in the book?
Yes, definitely. I should have been clear about that before in my past interview. Heterosexual relationships are definitely examined in Torn. In fact, they play a very large part in Torn. Krista deals and has major struggles with her identity between sort of a lesbian relationship and a heterosexual relationship, and her confusion there. And there are also other characters that are in heterosexual relationships too. So yes, that definitely plays a major part of the book.
Mm-hmm. I noticed you mentioned at one point that Torn was originally 1,100 pages in length at one time.
Yes.
How did you get it cut down to the 404 pages it currently is?
Well, I had to put it on hold for a long time. I put it on the shelf and didn't read it for probably over a year. It took me a long time to get some distance. I had to put some time between me and the project because I was just too close, too immersed in it, and there were just far too many scenes, I think. It was definitely a more involved book, but I don't think all the scenes were quite necessary, so it just took me a while to get some distance, and then I was able to really cut away big chunks of it because I couldn't do that in the beginning. It was just small editing, so it just took a lot of time.
Well, you say you put it away for a bit. Actually, how long did it take you to write Torn?
It took me 5 years to write the novel. And that was because mostly I was caring for my grandmother who had Alzheimer's at the time, and it was quite a job to watch over her and try and do my writing at the same time, try to focus on both. It's very hard to be immersed completely in the writing when I had to worry about her wandering off into the middle of the street. So my attention was sort of divided, and I ended up doing a lot of my writing during the nighttime when she was sleeping. So it took a while.
I see. Are you currently working on anything new now?
Yes, actually I'm working on the sequel to Torn, which is called Pieces, tentatively. And I'm really excited about it. Actually, I lost my manuscript when I was moving, so I have just the first 12 chapters right now that I'm working from, that I had saved on my computer. I lost all the rest of my work, which I was a little bit disappointed about, but I'm just starting from that point on again, so we'll see how it goes, what direction it takes, but it's coming along really well. I'm excited for it.
I see. Let me ask you, do you have any advice for aspiring writers?
Just write, do it. Write what you know is always the best thing, as they say, but you can write things that you also don't know about. You can research. I did a lot of research for Torn. Actually, that's most of the stuff that didn't end up in the book, ironically. But you can always take classes at your local community college if you want something more professional, or you can just do it on your own. I'm a firm believer that you can do things on your own. I must have over 100 writing books that I used when I was working on Torn, learning how to teach myself how to write and the whole process of going through it. And so I encourage people to go to the local library and just check out books on the writing process, and you'll find a plethora of books out there for you just waiting. So just write if you want to do it. Don't let anything hold you back.
Thank you for your time.